In this video, we see how to add a form that is a module that could be used as a contact form or as a quote request form. The classic form where you enter first name, last name, email, phone number, etc. We go under Contents, find Form, click on Form, and click on the Add button. We assign a name to the form, for example, Contact Form. We leave selected active and scroll down. In this section, we can see the visible fields, that is, the classic fields. First name, last name, email, etc. All those we need to allow the website visitor to contact us via email. We start by entering the name. Field type we leave as input. Input type we can choose between text, number, checkbox, date. We select text, enter the placeholder, which is the text that appears transparently within the field. We can add a default value, up to making the field mandatory. If the field is required, we add the remaining last name. Enter. Always text. Email. Enter your email. And then we add a message. We change the field type by selecting text area. Number of rows 4. That's perfectly fine. And we set it as required. In the end, we can select the text for the button. We write, for example, send a request. Okay, our form is ready. Now we need to move to the second tab to select the actions that should occur upon form submission. We select Register Customer, for example, if we want the data entered by the visitor to be saved in the customer module, and we proceed to match the various fields. Name, we select name. Surname, we added it among the available fields. We select surname. Email, we select email. The others are not mandatory. If we had added a phone number field, for example, below email, we could have added phone number. In fact, let's do it like this. Phone number. Enter your phone data number and make it mandatory. We can drag it above, so this way we will define the order of the fields. Among the actions, now mobile will appear. Phone number, the name of the field we added in the form. We can leave the remaining ones as they are. Then we proceed to add the possibility of receiving a general request by enabling the general request action. We scroll down and we'll find the section. We enter the name. We select the last name, the email, the body of the request, that is, the message. Among the additional information that is added to the email, we can select the phone number and the link. Form submission page, meaning from which link the form was sent. All these additional pieces of information will be added to the body of the email. When we scroll down, we will find the success and error messages, for example, email sent successfully, or error during email sending, if the email fails to send for any reason. Other available settings include the ability to customize the body of the email by changing the template. For example, if I want to change the wording to new contact request, I can add new quote request. If this is the quote request form, I can change the subject of the email, new contact request. I could change it to new quote request. This is the email that is sent to those who receive the system email, therefore the company that should receive the quote request from the website visitor. We can add blocks, including a video. By inserting a video into the body, it will ask us for a link. We take a link from YouTube and insert it here. As we can see, it will automatically generate the preview, which, if clicked, will lead to the YouTube video. Or we can add an image, a title. Among the other available settings is the option to send the email from this form to multiple recipients. If, for example, I write info framework360.it, by doing so, the quote request email sent by the visitor on the site will reach both addresses. Among the other available actions, we can add newsletter subscription. If we want the visitor who leaves their data to be added to a list, to which we can then send a newsletter or an SMS. Through the marketing module, we can activate the subscription action, newsletter, and then synchronize the fields as we did previously. Adding the name to the field, name, the surname, the field, surname, the email. And then we can decide whether to select a static list that we have not yet created at this moment. But it would be enough to go to marketing, recipients, lists, and create a new list. We will find it here, or create a dynamic list. That is, the system will create a list that will have the selected field as its name. Another possibility that Framework360 offers us, which is very important, is the ability to send an automatic response. For example, if we want a visitor to receive a thank you message for filling out the form, we can enable this action and create a template by adding the information that the system requires from us. For example, as a subject, thank you for filling out the form. And we will be able to create a thank you template. Another important feature we have available is the ability to add custom JavaScript before submission, after submission, when changing the value, for example, of a select isanita, or before the confirmation message. For those with basic programming knowledge, this is very important because we have the possibility to add, for example, an alert, a pop-up, any content generated via JavaScript upon a form submission. As the last tab, we also have the submission history, which is the ability to see all the requests that have been sent from this specific form, from this specific module. Once the form is created, all that's left is to save it and add it to a page. We access under Contents. Under the Pages section, in this case, we select the home page, which, as we can see, is empty. We can see the empty page. It will be very simple to add the form we just created by first clicking to generate a row and then adding a form content. The system will show us the available forms. In this case, the last one we created. We select the contact form and click on Save. We will have the option to add a theme, modify the button design, and other settings. Once saved, we close, save, and we will see that instead of the blank page, upon reloading it, we will have our form. Let's try to see if it works. We enter the first name, the last name, the email, the phone number, and our message. We click on Send Request, and our form will send the request correctly.